G'day folks, welcome to this continuing playthrough of Crown of Roses. We are up to the beginning of turn 3 and it is the wintering phase. And this is basically where we get the blocks and place them back on the map, and there's quite an interesting sort of decision process here. We do non-officed nobles first. So basically what I've done is I've attached officers to a few of these nobles. Probably a bit difficult to see with this perspective, but they do have officers attached to them, and basically the situation is the House of York is really dominating. This is their nobles. The office phase, I mean, we expected York to dominate, but Lancaster did pretty well. They secured the Lord Chancellor, Warden of the North, Marches, and Lord Admiral. Got really lucky, exhausted a lot of their influence in doing so, but yeah. York dominates. They have twice as many nobles, nearly twice as many officers, and the king, of course. And their goal for this next turn will be to secure victory. They're aiming for a turn 3 victory, and to do that, their main way to achieve this will be a military victory, and that will be by controlling the 5 Lancaster areas. So Northumberland, West Riding, Lancaster, that's 3. Where are the other 2? 1, 2, 3, Lincoln 4, and Pembroke 5. If they control all 5, whilst retaining control of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they win the game. Failing that, they can still win if they gain control of 75% of the nobles. And they're not far away from that. They're probably, if they can eliminate a few of the Lancaster nobles, they can achieve that second political goal instead. Okay, so let's move to the influence phase. The wintering phase. Placing these nobles from basically highest to lowest votes in a 2-player game. York currently has the most votes, and by a long way, 44 to 24. So they will play their noble first. And let me just turn these up so you can see what we're dealing with here. Some of these are reduced. We're looking for nobles who can threaten the north. Northumberland, we have Salisbury, so I'm going to place him. Oh, he's only got 1 step left. I'll place him way up north like that. Okay. Now, that's a bold placement. Kind of alerts Lancaster to what might be going on. They don't have many nobles. They've only got 5 nobles without an office, but I'll certainly place Clifford here. Okay. What else can York do? And of course, in thinking about this placement, I will be consulting this handy guide on the back of the rulebook. For Essex, for example, who I was just looking at, he's only got 1 home location. So I may as well, I should have done this earlier, not reveal my plans and just say, well, Essex is going, the only place he can go. Audley, maybe he will go next because he can only go in Derby. There. So doing what I should have done, I shouldn't have placed Salisbury up there. I should have placed the nobles with only sort of 1 place to go first. I know that Stanley, he can go in Isle of Man or Lancaster. He'll go there. 3 nobles left for Lancaster. Jeez, I tell you what, Oxford is in a bit of trouble. Cambridge or Essex, he'll go in Cambridge just to not be too close. What do we have next? Falconbridge, perhaps? North Riding or West Riding? North Riding or East Riding. Might be up in North Riding. So yeah, very close to Northumberland up there. Pembroke or Arundel. Okay, well Pembroke has two choices. Basically out here in Pembroke, or there's another location somewhere up in the north. What is Pembroke's other location? It is North Riding. Okay, do we want to force a battle there? We do. Maybe Lancaster wants to come charging out the gates and try and eliminate a few York nobles before they can do anything. So maybe we'll see an early Lancaster charge to try and reduce York nobles so that they can't respond quickly. What else we got around here? Scrope can go in Nottingham, which leaves Arundel, and Arundel has to go down south. Flint, Surrey or Sussex? Surrey, Sussex. Oh, where's Flint? Flint is here. So he will go there. Okay, try and keep them north. Giving up the south. If he's down south, he's in trouble. Oxford's in trouble. I can tell you that. We're trying to defend. Oh, geez, I don't know. Trying to defend the north. Trying to defend Northumberland, mainly, I think. So Lancaster goal is to eliminate a few quick York nobles whilst holding on to Northumberland. If they can do both of those, maybe they'll last another turn. That's all the Lancaster non-officed nobles. So now we can just place the Lancaster nobles. We've got Worcester, Cambridge or Hampshire. We will start up here in Cambridge, get a free battle on Oxford. Free battle means basically they're locked in, they can't move out. We've got Southwick, Wiltshire or Somerset. Doesn't really matter. Go Wiltshire, because then we can put Montague there as well, and they can sort of help each other. We have got Suffolk, and Suffolk can go Buckingham, Suffolk or Essex. I want to go Essex, keep nobles together, makes it easier to command them and move them around. We've got Kent, and Kent, I seem to recall, Kent's in Flint, so there's a free battle on Arundel as well. And Wiltshire, last. Wiltshire is Northampton or Huntingdon. Northampton or Huntingdon. Somewhere around here. Let's put them out in the open there. Try and get north as quickly as possible. Now we go to officed titles. So that these nobles remaining, and Lancaster has three nobles here. This is Somerset with Margaret, who has returned to the fray. Okay, the king and his officers first, basically alternating. Who do we need to look at? Okay. Their officers are kind of important, but more I'm looking at... oh look, we could put a lot of these forces up in North Riding immediately, basically. Oh no, I can't, sorry. West Riding. This is Lancaster stronghold. A lot of potential Lancaster forces in here. So maybe Warwick first. Warwick can go anywhere, so not so much worry. Him. Buckingham can go in many places. Norfolk can go in many places as well. Got some very versatile nobles here. Even York, the king can go in any of the king's estates, such as West Riding, London if you wanted to, Oxford here. Where else does the king have estates? There's these little sort of king's symbols. West Riding is certainly a good place to be. Right in the middle there. The treasurer can go in Carnarvon off here. I will need someone to get to Pembroke. So maybe I move Edward of March out there. Yeah, that might be good. What is Lancaster going to do? Well, no surprise, going to put Northumberland up in Northumberland. Brings us back to York. And I think we'll put the king up in West Riding. Yeah. See how that works out. Okay, so Richmond Chancellor. The Chancellor can go in Carnarvon. We could have a battle here. It's otherwise he goes in North Riding. Oh, sorry, this isn't. Yeah, North Riding. That's wrong, sorry. He shouldn't be out yet. That's a mistake I've made. Richmond is an... No, he's an heir. That's right, sorry. So, where was I? North Riding. Pembroke. So, he's a noble who'll become an heir on turn 5 or later, if I were to play that card. Bit of confusion there. Okay, back to these guys. We've got Buckingham, who could go right in the middle there, and Stafford might be a good place to go. East Riding. Maybe I'll put Buckingham in... East Riding? Is that what I'm thinking? Yeah, just to be close to the action. Which leaves Somerset, who is Admiral, and the Admiral can go in Dorset or Hampshire. Dorset or Hampshire. Or Somerset can go in Somerset, Dorset or Hampshire. Okay, let's put him here and try and get him the heck out of there. Or maybe... some options here. We've got a southern force at least. Norfolk now. Norfolk with Lieutenant of Ireland. So Norfolk has a lot of choice here. Lincoln, Suffolk, Glamorgan, Surrey, Sussex. Or Warwick. Warwick can go Durham, Warwick, Gloucester. He'll start down here. His job is to try to eliminate. That's going to be tough. Okay, Somerset is pretty strong. So Warwick will have his work cut out for him. He's only got 3 steps there. And we'll bring Norfolk up north somewhere. So Norfolk, Lincoln, Suffolk, Glamorgan. Glamorgan, kind of stuck down south as well. Maybe, instead of that, I'll bring Warwick up to Durham. And we'll bring, we'll bring Norfolk down to south. Norfolk, Lincoln, Suffolk, Surrey. Yeah, put him in Sussex, I guess. Okay, so that's the wintering phase complete. And this is what the field looks like. So a northern campaign. For turn 1 was sort of a western central campaign. Turn 2 was really a southern campaign. This is shaping up to be a primarily northern campaign. A lot of those Lancaster blocks in the north responding to the York threat. We do have a very strong Lancaster force down here, and they may do pretty well. But basically, I mean, there's a lot of scattered Lancaster forces, and they need to survive. Yeah. So I have pre-dealt hands for both sides. I have already done a cleanup phase, so we're ready for the operations phase. And I mean, I can tell you that. Did I do the card draw phase? I thought I did. That's their house cards with one they kept. No, I didn't do the. No, sorry, my apologies. I didn't do the draw deck. So we get 5 cards each. Now, bonus cards. Red gets a bonus card. White gets 2 bonus cards. White has King. They didn't get control of Calais, but they do have control of the Warwick block, which is an additional card. So red has 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to have 6 impulses this turn. Let's see, have a quick look through these cards. A lot of 1-ops, that's not great. A 3-op card. Okay, two 3-ops. It's a free retreat, might be nice. I think we want to get charging out of the gates with York. Let's see what Lancaster can do. Nice, good. Some good 3-ops. Play card might be good this turn. Maybe good to use that whilst York is spread out. But likewise, I think we have to. I think we have to play a 3-op card. I think I might play this one. Okay, so at 3 and 3, King determines ties, so the King will decide to go first, which is the House of York. They get 3 ops to spend. How are they going to spend it? Well, we know we're going to battle here. We know these guys are pinned. We want to pin Audley. Oxford is pinned. If I can just pin Audley... so maybe we're going to move Edward of March in to attack Flint. We are going to move. Do I move to attack Richmond? Oh, gee. Oh. You know what? I'm going to say Lancaster can go first, and we'll see how they respond. Because I want to see how they move first before York. I think York being able to respond is probably better. They'll have a strong force. They'll be able to move 3 different forces, but we'll see what Lancaster does. Okay, so from the Lancaster perspective, consolidating their forces somehow. And up here in Durham, I noticed that's a 3 shy value, so I can stack 4 in there. Oh no, that's an enemy force. Gee, okay. Well, let's try to get Clifford up to Northumberland. And there's going to be a battle here, I guess, because they're kind of pinned. Oh no, we could leave Pembroke behind if we wanted to, but I think we'll force that battle. And I guess we'll try and get Audley out of there somewhere. And I might move Somerset north. Maybe I'll try and pick off Wiltshire, maybe. I don't know. It's a tough situation for these guys. Whatever Lancaster does, York is going to respond to. So 3 ops, 3 activations. These guys are just moving north to reinforce the north. A strong force in Northumberland. Audley is stuck in the middle here. I think we can wait there. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And force the battle here. And Audley, what are they going to do? Maybe I should have consolidated in Chester. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll consolidate in Chester with Audley. Stacking of 4. So it's a shy value +1. I can stack 4 blocks there. So I've got basically 2 strong Lancaster forces and 2 pinned. And these guys here as well. Okay, so that's the Lancaster move. How is York going to respond? I don't know. Well, now that Somerset has left the south, we can certainly move up. And how are we going to do that? I want to make sure I win this battle, so we'll bring in these guys. Actually, we'll bring in Norfolk. He can 1, 2, 3, 4 move up there, join that battle. This is going to be a battle here, so maybe I bring Buckingham and these guys in to help the fight. Oh, they're going to be reinforcing though. So, oh no, they'll be attacking, so they're the first attacking force. These guys will reinforce. I need to mark that as the main attacking force. So they're in first, which means that Richmond is now defending, and Buckingham will reinforce. Actually, we'll have Buckingham lead the attack. We'll just reverse the order of those. That way, because Buckingham's stronger. And that's it. So 3 moves. We've got these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 to help out with this combat, just to ensure that Oxford is eliminated. And we've got a couple of battles to resolve. So we've got a battle here, a battle here, and a battle here. Any others that are missing? I think that's it. So let's resolve this one first. Put these blocks over, get them out of the way. It's in Cambridge. We have the 1-step Oxford. I can tell you I think they're in trouble. Versus multiple steps among those guys. Okay, so Oxford will roll first. He gets 1 blue die, needing a 5 or a 6. Nothing. And we have got a blue-green, a green-green, and another blue-green for York. 1, 2 hits. That's enough to kill off Oxford. Oxford is now rolls on the elimination table, and a roll 6 is actually he escapes. Wow! Oh, crikey! Oxford escapes. I haven't rolled an escape before. So let's see what that means. So combat 28, I think maybe. Escaped. It becomes undeclared. So placed in their undeclared pool. That's it. And they can enter Cambridge and they're at stacking, which is fine. So it's kind of a win, but not what they wanted. A Pyrrhic victory, I guess. Well, yeah. Next combat over here. We've got Kent and Arundel. This could be close. This is Arundel has the edge here. Alright, so Arundel with 2 blue and a green, scoring no hits. And Kent with 2 green and a blue, scoring 1 hit. Next round of combat. Arundel with a blue and a green, scoring 1 hit. And Kent with the same dice, scoring 1 hit. That's the second round of combat. Arundel will choose to retreat. There's no point rushing this thing. They're just trying to delay York basically as long as possible. And that is the first impulse complete. No, one more, sorry, combat up here. Let's move these guys all down. So I believe... Oh, Buckingham couldn't... Yeah, he could. Yeah, cross over there. So I believe Buckingham has to be the attacking force, and the rest of these guys can reinforce on the second turn. If I understand this correctly. Okay, so we've got Richmond with 2 blue and a green, another blue and a green, and then we've got Pembroke coming up. Need to roll another blue. I'll treat the red as a blue, basically. 2 hits, okay. 2 hits on those guys. We've got Buckingham with a red, blue, blue. Mark it with the green. So Buckingham red, blue, blue, and a blue, blue. Okay. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's 3 hits. So they suffer 2. 1, 2. Oh no, it has to be Buckingham again. 2. They suffer 3. 1, 2. Chancellor, 3. It's often best to take hits from officers because they basically replenish. Second round of combat, they're fixed, but these guys can bring in the king. They can bring in... actually, I think York has to be the leader because he's the heir. The senior heir. So he leads combat, he brings in his king block, and he'll bring in, I think, the marshal title. These troops to fight. Oh, he gets +1 leadership, so he can command 3. He'll also bring in Falconbridge. +1 to his command. Okay, so Lancaster, blue and green, a blue, and a blue and green. They're not rolling a lot. They get 1 hit. The House of York rolls. They get a red and a blue, blue, green, a blue, 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 blue. So blue, blue. I need to roll 2 more blues after this. Oh, but it's good. 3 hits plus 1 more blue. 3 hits. 1, 2, and the Chancellor's office title is removed. And they lose 1 hit as well, don't they? So York is 3 steps, so he suffers a hit. That is 2 rounds of combat, and these guys certainly want to retreat. And they'll retreat to Westmoreland up to the north, trying to get the heck out of there. But they don't lose any nobles, which is what York wants to achieve. So now they've won the battle. Need to adjust stacking. You can put those guys in there, and these guys can move into West Riding. Oops, they should be facing that way. Got to be careful of that. Okay, that is now the end of the first impulse, and you can see Lancaster reduced to 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces on the map, and York once again wants to keep their momentum going. So they'll play a big card. Now I think they'll play the Plague. So 3 goes first, and they want blood. So I guess how do we do this? 1 to attack there. Oh, sorry, I should clarify. 1 to move in them. We will also move in them 2. Can I pick off a rundell? 1, 2, yeah, I can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll move in these guys. So 1, 2, 3 ops. 1, 2, 3. There'll be a battle here. Who do I lead with now? Buckingham, the Marshal, or these guys? I think it's got to be the King. So the King will lead in, he'll be the attacker, and then these guys will reinforce on the second round of combat. So there'll be a combat here and a combat here. But of course, how these guys are going to play the event. They can't really... Oh, they could reinforce that combat. I guess we yeah, we say do or die. We are going to say that Northumberland is going to reinforce this combat with this large force. Which means that they're now the attacker. So we have these guys attacking. This gets interesting now. The king is defending, and both these defending blocks and these reinforcing blocks, I believe, will arrive in the second round of combat. That's again, I'm always just a bit uncertain about that, but I think that's how it works. So be aware I could be playing that wrong. And that's one op. And heck, we'll bring Somerset down here to reinforce his battle, and we'll punish these guys. So again, they'll be attacking, they'll be defending, they'll reinforce in the second round. So it could hurt York. It could certainly hurt York. Let's resolve combat. York is no longer the attacker, so Lancaster gets to decide how they resolve this, and I think they'll do this one first, because this is one where I think the odds should be in their favour. And these guys will reinforce in round 2. So we have got Audley with 2 blue, Margaret with a blue and a green, Admiral with a blue and a green, and then Somerset with a red and 2 blue. We'll roll the 2 blues. Oh, we need to roll 1 more blue after this. Oh, wow. 1 hit, but with 1 blue to come. 2 hits. Okay. 2 hits on those guys. They get a blue and a green, and a green to roll. 1 hit. Okay, so 2 hits here is he's dead. He takes a wound, and 1 more wound to resolve. I guess we'll take these guys off. So he's dead. And 2 hits here. Somerset takes a step. He's still the biggest block, so he takes a second step. And round 2 of combat. I know he'll roll 1 dice, which misses, and these guys roll a whole heap of dice again. Blue, 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 green, blue, green, blue, green, and yep, they finish off those guys. So ouch, this is not going the way. Oh, sorry, I'm rolling too many dice. Rolling way too many dice. Somerset can command 2 other blocks, so he can't roll with Margaret. My apologies. Let me re-roll that, but it should be... Yep, 3 hits. Okay, so they're both dead, and that did not go the way York expected. These guys now need to roll for survival, and we have he's dead, so he goes up to the roll of Parliament, and this guy is wounded. He becomes inactive and can be bid on immediately. But that's 2 dead York nobles, and a big strong force down here in Shropshire. So we'll keep Somerset, those guys together, but we'll move this force down here. Or maybe if we can control Pembroke. So it's not as easy as York thought. Combat up in the north, where again Lancaster is attacking. This is their... What have they got here? Sorry, it's their reinforcing force. This is their attacking force. Who do we have? We have the king attack first. So this will be the first round of combat. And then they will reinforce on the second round of combat. This is going to be a big battle. The king versus the possible Lancaster heir. Let's see how these guys go. They get, 3 hits. That's a good start for Lancaster. What can the king do? He gets a red and a blue, blue, green, blue, blue. 2 hits. So that's 2 on 3. Okay. Northumberland has to... No, he's down to 2 steps. Warden takes a hit, and then Clifford will take a hit. And then these guys take 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Okay, round 2. Clifford will step out, Richmond will step in, the Warden will step out, Pembroke will step in, the King block will step out, the Marshal will step in, and he'll step out, and... we have the King, so we can bring in another one, of course. Round 2, okay. Green, 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 blue, green, green. Let's see how Lancaster rolls this time. 2 hits again. How is York going to roll? A blue, a blue, blue, a blue, green, and a blue, green. Bad. 1 hit. Okay, so 1 hit here has to be, I believe, on Northumberland. Here's the most steps. They're all down to 1 step. 2 steps here. York takes a step and Buckingham takes a step. They're down to 1 step each. All right, round 3. They're all down to 1 step each. 1, 1, 1. But I kind of feel that York has the better die roll here. They're rolling blue dice. These guys are only rolling green. 6 greens versus 5 blues. York's going to keep at it. And I think Lancaster has to say do or die. They have to keep at it. They don't want to retreat. Otherwise, I think they'll suffer some attrition. So what are we going to do here? Let's take... I think this is the best combination. These guys... Northumberland can command... 2... Yeah, that's right. We're going to take Buckingham out though and put Falconbridge... Not Falconbridge, Falkenberg in. Alright, a lot of green die for... So 6 greens for Lancaster. Oh, and they get 3 6s. That's 3 hits. Mark it with a red die. 3 hits on York. That's 3. Oh, this is 3 dead blocks. Okay. Geez, York needs a good roll here. Just looking at my combat cards. 1, 2, 3, a green and a blue. Oh, 3 hits as well. Wow, it's mutual destruction. So 1, 2, 3, they're all dead. 3 blocks here. 1. Oh, the Marshal has a step left. 2, and Falkenberg 3. So the King title and Falkenberg. The King title is kind of removed for the turn. The Marshal is removed from the turn. Falkenberg is dead, and we'll roll for him. He's dead. So he's out. These 3 guys are dead though as well. Let's see how they go. Dead, dead. Oh, it's Northumberland and Richmond. They're both dead. And 5 is a wounded. So Pembroke is inactive. Now, okay. This is all that's left. I mean, technically I think you do that in a combat, but it's easy just to resolve it as I go. I don't think... Look, the Warden. So he's not the Warden. The Warden was dead as well, so his office block is removed. It's just Clifford versus Buckingham and York. And I think York can afford to retreat from combat. And he'll retreat back to North Riding. Actually, he'll retreat to there, where we have a big stack. And Clifford wins combat, but with 1 step left and no allies. Oh, jeez. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going for York. Just looking at the nobles, Lancaster has 1 inactive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 7 nobles on the board. So York needs 21. I don't think they have 21. They've lost a few as well. So let's move to the next impulse. Sorry, it should be impulse 3 now. Okay, York plays a 2, Lancaster plays a 3. Lancaster will go first. Maybe they don't want to do that. Can they move to strike at Edward of March? Yeah, I think they maybe could. 1, 2, there's not a lot. Yeah, okay, we're going to move to attack Edward of March. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and try and kill the junior heir, and then we'll reinforce along there. We have 1 op left. We'll build Clifford up a step, and that's all we can do pretty much. Now, I'm worried that York may be in trouble, so we'll activate Stanley here. We'll go 1, 2, pick up these guys, and attack into there. So they are now the attacker. Those 2 blocks. Attacking these blocks with both of these reinforcing in round 2. That's 1 action. With my second action, I think, what can I do here? We'll take Warwick, and Buckingham charging into there to try and kill Clifford. Just 2 hits and he's dead. That's 2 steps. Alright, we've got some combat here. So I think Lancaster resolved all that. I think York is the attacker in both combats. They can choose the order they're resolved. They'll do this one first because I think they're pretty confident in victory up here. Okay, so we've got Clifford with 2 steps versus quite a strong Warwick. He's captain of Calais. He's got a lot of dice here. He gets a blue, 2 red, 2 blue and a green. Oh yeah, 3 hits. Clifford will be dead, but he gets 1 final parting blow. What can he strike at? 1 hit. So he's dead. He'll hit Warwick because he has the most steps. Clifford, what happens to him? He dies. That's 4, 5 dead nobles this turn. Oh, 6 more. 6 dead nobles, I think. And 1 escaped. And, of course, these guys survive. And they're overstacked, so they can send Buckingham into Northumberland to gain control of Northumberland, which was my objective here. They just had to go the long way around and eliminate all those other forces along the way. Okay. Combat here. House of York attacking. Lancaster defending. This could be pretty close. Just checking my combat cards. Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's look at what Lancaster got. We've got a blue and a green, and a blue and a green, and another blue and a green. So 6 dice, 6 steps. Let's see how they go. No hits, 1s and 2s. That's their roll. That's not what they want when they're on the back foot like this. A blue, green, green, and a blue and a green, so they're rolling fewer dice. And 2 hits. Okay, we'll take it off the Admiral block, and we'll take it off the Margaret block. Round 2, reinforcements arrive. And, oh gee, you got to feel that march. York has the upper hand here now. Somerset will bring along Audley and his Admiral block. And Edward of March. Let's see, junior heir, I think. Does the leader change? Or does it remain the same? I'll just double check that in combat. So the original attacker has to be leader, but in subsequent rounds, second and subsequent rounds must be chosen among nobles. Yep, if such a block was not the leader, yep, so they're required to be the leader. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe I've been playing that wrong as well. The heir is required to be the leader, I think. He'll bring his treasurer block. He can bring 3, he can bring everything. He's a great leader. Commands 3 of the blocks. So, oh geez, I feel like Margaret's in trouble again. Blue, red, red. We're going to go blue here. And then a blue, green, green, and then another blue, green. This is a lot of dice for the House of York. And I can tell you it's a lot of hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all dead. That's enough to wipe them out. So 5 hits will kill off these blocks. But let's see what their final parting blow will be. Green, green, blue, blue, green, blue. I can tell you it's 1 hit. So they'll cause 1 hit on a 4-step unit. And these guys are all dead. 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits. Let's see what their result will be. Oh, okay. 2 of them escape and become undeclared. He is wounded. Ah, okay. So we've got 3 undeclared Lancaster blocks. But we survived the battle. And we can move. Oh no, combat's still going. We've still got these guys left. It's end of 2 rounds of combat. They'll retreat to Pembroke, and these guys will retreat. Oh, sorry, they're overstacked after combat. They have to move. They're allowed to move to there. So what is this? This creates an interesting situation here. We've got undeclared nobles. I haven't dealt with this much. And I think it's hard to kill them if they're undeclared. I think they still attend Parliament, right? So they're controlled but off map in an undeclared pool. They can be summoned by an event card and become in play. And they'll still be able to attend Parliament. So they still matter for victory. Alright. Next card play. 4th Impulse. Tell you what, Lancaster had a good hand. They don't. Do they need 3? They've only got. Well, they've got 1 stack left. Okay, and yeah, we'll play 2 and 2, and the king will say, "Well, you guys can go first." They're just going to rebuild, which I believe will deplete the area. So 2 ops just to rebuild. These guys, we're going to go on the march again. He's going to go 1, 2, pick up this stack, 3, 4, come charging in. That's 1 op. For the second op, we are going to move Wiltshire to control Lincoln. Actually, he can go 1, 2, 3, pick him up, drop him off, 4. And control West Riding as well. So we need, York needs to control Lancaster and Pembroke. There's a big battle going on down here. I think they've got it wrapped up, but let's see what happens. We have 4 steps here among the House of Lancaster. We have got a lot more among the House of York. Lancaster is rolling 2 blue and 2 green. And they score 1 hit on a green die. Alright, Lancaster is rolling a blue, 2 blue and a green, a blue and a green, and a blue, green, green. And they need 4 hits to wipe out this face. We'll count that, it's not a hit. 2 hits. Okay, so 1, 2, and Stanley can take a hit. Alright, second round of combat. Lancaster gets a green, green. They score a hit. That's another 1. York gets a blue, 2 blues and a green. A blue and a green. And a blue and a green. 2 hits needed. Oh, two green 6s is enough to wipe them out. Margaret is removed. She'll return next turn, if there is a next turn. What happens to Audley? We have 1 hit here on Edward March. He escapes. Ouch. Okay. Oh, I can't believe that. That's 4 Lancaster nobles who have escaped. But critically, I guess, York now controls Pembroke. They're overstacked and have to move out. And we'll have Stanley move up into there. Well, geez. Impulse 5, I don't know what they can do. They've got no more blocks on the board. They can try to influence nobles, but they don't have many influence points. They bidded for all those titles. That's all they've got. Don't tell the House of York, but they've got 1 influence point. They'll bid anyway. They'll spend 1 op to bid. Who will they bid on? Someone with a red bonus, like, is Exeter available? He is. Exeter. So maybe they'll gain an extra noble. And seeing this, and having a lot of influence, York says, well, we'll bid on 2 different... No, actually, we just need military control. We don't need to worry about these nobles. We'll just go 1, 2 into there. There are no more Lancaster nobles on the board. I don't know what else with their hand of cards they can do. They've got the Archbishop. It's a good op card, but they can't do much. Yeah, I think this is it. We can play now Edward, Prince of Wales. He can enter any Lancaster area. Maybe here? Okay. So that won't happen yet, of course. We've got to play a card. We'll play 1. So they play this for the event. He comes into play. Alright, what are we going to do now? How are we going to respond to this? We can bring Buckingham down, maybe. 1, 2, 3. Try and fight him, I guess. Let's see how this combat goes. Alright. Lancaster, blue, blue, green, 1 hit. I get blue, blue, green, green, blue. 1 hit. Okay, second round of combat. Second round of combat. Blue and green. No hits. Blue, green for York. 2 hits, and that kills Lancaster. He did not last long. And he's dead. And, okay, so... Oh, idiots. They moved down. They moved down out of Northumberland. I think that gives up control. In any case, look, that was a bit silly. I shouldn't have moved out of Northumberland. I should have scrubbed over. So I could have done that more effectively, I think. Maybe I couldn't. Maybe I could play a house card. I can. I've got a 3-op card there. I could have played that instead. Either way, the writing is certainly on the wall for Lancaster. They've got no nobles left on the board. Even if it wasn't a military victory, with control of just 5, maybe 6 nobles with Exeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe they don't have a political victory, but there's not much they can do. Even in a turn 4, I'm going to call it here for the House of York. Pretty convincing victory. They just can't do anything. Lancaster has been kicked out of England. Again, folks, I'm not confident that I'm playing this 100% correctly. I haven't used the exile boxes yet, and I feel like I may be missing something there. Combat resolution in terms of attacker, defender, reinforcements, maybe there's something wrong there. What else? Command, I'm always been uncertain about. So the King block provides 1 extra command point. There's these Margaret and Henry blocks, which I talked about. They're kind of always exceptions to the rules. I'm not sure about Margaret. I don't know about these undeclared nobles, so these are the Lancaster undeclared nobles. Maybe I'm not playing those correctly. So don't treat this as foolproof, error-proof. I'm certainly pretty confident that I probably made some mistakes. But hopefully it gives you a sense of how this all flows. This is, as I said, scenario 1. It has resulted in a York victory, or at least I'm calling it for York. They control, if I, even he can't move out Lincoln, so I don't know what. I think they'd have to, what could they do? 1, 2, 3, 4. They can move him down instead. I can do a lot of things. I could also do what's called a force march. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So I could move this big stack here, and they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and do a force march to engage in that combat and wipe out Edward, Prince of Wales. But in any case, I don't think there's any question that this is a York victory. Thanks everyone for watching. This is Crown of Roses, and take care.